So, you're interested in Dark and Darker and not sure where to start or would like a little guidance? Today I'll be doing a beginner's guide for the game where we will look at class, matchmaking, mindsets to have when playing, getting out, and selling stuff to merchants. So first of all, you would start by creating a character. Each of the class's strengths and weaknesses are listed up. After creating your character, you'll end up in the lobby here. First thing you should do is look under your class, perks and skills. You would want to look up a class guide on what perks to use and what skills is optimal for your specific class. For Wizard, for example, casting speed is king, followed by damage. So I would go for these perks. I take Meditate and Spell Memory. Now, if your class has spells, you will have another tab here for spell, where you can assign a spell in each slot. So if I were to exceed the spell memory capacity, depending on your spell memory priority, your last spell would not be able to be used. However, if you do pick up gear in the dungeon, you will be able to enable it. However, it is generally not recommended, as you'd be relying on picking up gear to allow for it. After you got your class sorted out, you'll decide on your region, and then you'll be choosing the map you'll play on. I highly recommend playing on Goblin Caves normal, as if you play in the multiplayer dungeons, you will not be able to really get the hang of things. It is a lot more chaotic, so you won't have time to get your bearings sorted. However, if you do have friends that have already played the game, it is not a bad idea to play there. Now I'll be talking about mindset. Don't be afraid to fail, because if you're afraid to fail, you'll never really learn. I've died like more than 50 times across the early playtests and early access before I really learned how to really play. Now, always be listening, as footsteps, spells, skills being used, bard music, potion drinking can tip you off to enemy positions, and whether or not you want to go a certain direction. Opening doors is always a lot slower than closing them, so keep that in mind if you're trying to get away. Now, for classes with casting, you'd want to press your spell memory hotkey, followed by hovering the spell you want to cast, after which you change to your spell casting weapon and hold down right click in order to cast the spell. Once the channel is complete, simply let go for the spell to activate. Keep in mind some spells require you to stand still, as some are channeling spells. You should always be constantly assessing your resources, how much skills, if your skills are on cooldown, how many spell charges you have left, how much health and consumables you have. Also, always assessing your environment for traps, mobs, doors, shrines, areas that have been cleared that you can kite to or run away to if need be. As when you bump into mobs or players, the more you know about your current situation, the easier it will be to decide on the best course of action. Now here I hear another player, and generally there's three things that can happen. Either they run away, they crouch spam at you, or they charge right at you going for the kill. If they run away, it likely means they cannot afford a confrontation. If they are crouch spamming, it is likely a peace request that's saying they're friendly. I don't recommend being passive, as one more person alive means one less portal for you to get out, and you won't learn how to PvP. In this particular situation, after being indecisive for a bit, he charged at me, and I decided that given it was very short corridors, he would be able to catch up with me very quickly, so I decided to run away to a more open space in order to fight him if he continues chasing, where I could kite him more easily, but he decided not to pursue, so that was the end of the encounter. Now you can press G here to rest for all classes. You will slowly regain spell charges and transparent health. However, if you were to get up before you have fully recovered, all your transparent health will be gone. Now you will notice on the minimap there is a white ring near the edge. That's where the barrier, the arena will enclose into next time the edge of the map shrinks. I generally like to stay at the edge so that I do not get pincered by multiple opponents in the center. If you see the centipede, it is not a good idea to challenge it. It is a really tanky mob and does a lot of damage. You generally want to be on the higher floors for Goblin Cave, as the center area of the second floor can be a death sentence, as there is a skeletal mage and skeletal champion there. And if you're at a higher floor, you can easily drop down using the holes at the higher levels to the lower floor, but there are much less staircases to go upwards. Now you see on the top right, it'll say a one-person portal has appeared. That means an escape portal has appeared where you can go through and take all your loot out. For example, right here, which just appeared next to me. In 3-man maps, there will be a red version of this portal that appears in threes, that lead you down to a harder PvE level rather than escape. So if you want to escape, beware not to take those red portals. However, sometimes they are the only option. After getting out, you will likely want to sell all the excess loot that's not for your class or you will not use, in which you will approach a vendor, press the sell tab, and sell everything you can. You will not be able to sell jewelries or silver coins. To sell those, you go to the collector, you sell the jewelry, and trade in your silver coins for gold coins at the treasure. From any menu, you can quickly shift right click to send the item to your stash. To sell stuff quickly to the vendor, you simply left click. However, if that item is already equipped, you will not be able to sell until you unequip it. If you found the video helpful, please leave a comment below. A like and subscribe would be much appreciated as well. And thank you for watching.